YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I have gotten several requests from you all as far as multiplayer battles and what you want to see me do. So I think as far as things coming your way, RDAI will be up in the near future. I was asked to bring a pike army. That's what I've done here. And then, I'm trying to remember what other request it was you all had. Primary in Rome was one of the ones, which Primary in Rome is actually a pretty good one right now. It's actually a pretty feasible army in my opinion, if you do the right builds. So yeah, I've got pikes here. I brought thorax pikes because typically in the past bringing thorax pikes would have been suicide just because they weren't very good. I'm still not a big fan of pikes in the game just because I don't think they're easy to use. Yes, they're extremely powerful from the front, and they've made some improvements to them, like as far as making them a little more resistant to missile fire and stuff like that. But, I mean, pikes are still very fragile when it comes to maneuverability. So, I'm playing as Macedon, 4 Thessalian Cav, 3 Cretan Archers, 6 Thorax Pikes, 2 Thurio Spears, and a Shield Bearer General. And I'm up against a Bactrian Royal Cav, I think 2 Hellenic Cataphracts, and then mostly Scale Thorax Hoplites and some Slingers. Eastern Slingers, not bad slingers for the price. Not great, but not bad. As far as skirmishing goes, his slingers are hopelessly outclassed by my Cretans, and it's going to be tempting to fire at them and kill them, but if I use a 600 talent Cretan and spend half my ammo killing a 300 talent slinger, it's kind of worth it, but not really. I need my what do you call it? I need my ammo for something more important. And this is all I can see in my opponent's army right now. I did not notice this. You may have seen them just briefly. There's a nice little surprise waiting on air right there. But yeah, anyway, 6 Scale Thorax Hoplites, 4 Slingers, Royal Cav, and a Cataphract. And then there's some other stuff making its way up on my flank. You can see a Horse Archer here. So, 1 Horse Archer. And you can see them getting bumped around by something rather large that's currently invisible to my view. And it should become visible momentarily as well. But anyway, he's going to take his Horse Archer, start firing on my flank. It is the shielded flank of my Thurio Spears, so not too concerning. And if he's going to target my Thurio Spears, that's honestly fine with me. Hellenic Cataphracts. My opponent was very excited to see me and wanted to play me another game. So if you're watching, I did want to play another match with you, but I'm on a very tight recording schedule tonight. I would love to play a ton more matches from what I do and show you all even more. I do have a full-time job, though. Got to feed Little Air and Mrs. Air. And keep the house over our head, so that kind of stuff. Or else, trust me, I would be on here with you all the time. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I appreciate it when folks are kind to me and enjoy playing matches with me. It's just a lot of fun all around. So I use my Thurio Spears as skirmishers here. I don't know if my opponent wasn't paying attention, but I'm actually able to kill his Horse Archers with the Javelins from my Thurio Spears. So Thurio Spears is a very flexible unit. Here I start to charge my opponent with my pikes. I was going to try a pike charge. But my opponent immediately splits into 2 groups, which is the proper response for a pike charge. So I'm going to have to go ahead and pull back and just get more defensive, which I can do because I have superior skirmishing. I do not recommend bringing pikes unless you have superior skirmishing or ridiculous cav, or you need something to force the engagement, because if you can't force the engagement, you're dead. My opponent is kind of threatening with these cataphracts. And he's moving his spearmen up on the hill, and it's at this point when I finally saw his Indian War Elephants, and I was like, crappity. They've got a really nice downhill charge coming their way here. And I'm out of javelins on my Thurio Spears, which would have been perfect. So, a little bit worrisome here. I have to throw in my Thurio Spears. This was a mistake. I should have put them into square. But I immediately turned my Cretan Archers and turned some pikemen to face, but my opponent's going to get a lot of kills because my guys were not in formation. But he is going to come under severe missile fire, which means that his guys are destined to die a pretty quick death. But, quick or not, 140 kills basically is what he ends up with here. So, probably not worth it for the elephants because they cost so much, but he did get rid of a Thorax Pike unit and destroyed the better part of a Thurio Spear. But now I'm going to bring my general up to hold back his Scale Thorax Hoplites and to pin down his Hellenic Cataphracts. And I've still got this, Thorax Pike unit here, but it's trying to attack the elephants and not the other units. On this flank, I tie down my opponent's Bactrian Royal Cav with some of my Thessalian Cav, and then he's going to countercharge again with his Hellenic Cataphracts. Very beautiful charge from him there. He was spread just a little bit too wide, but still not a bad charge at all. The thing is my skirmishers are alive and well, and you can see all I'm going to do here is now I'm going to countercharge now that he's committed, so I'm going to trap his forces in this fight, and then I'm going to set up a defensive barrier here. I was running my pikes around outside of phalanx formation just because even if I forget now, I can put them back into phalanx. And I have my guys out of formation attack. This tends to make them slightly more aggressive. And you can see here they're getting a really nice push against these scaled thorax hoplites. And it's over here, I've outflanked my opponent, turned to face. My general's actually over here doing very well in this fight. And then my archers are just picking off targets of opportunity, like these flanking scaled thorax hoplites getting chewed up by my my Cretans. And his units are getting beat down pretty bad by my thorax pikes. What he should do here is just pull back out and just avoid the engagement. Just avoid it altogether. Just go around, run away from my pikes until your cav wins or your skirmishers win. But in this case, his cav got bogged down. He had really good cav. Hellenic cataphracts are a very dangerous unit. Very dangerous unit. The elephants, interesting side attack. I like how he came down the hill, giving them extra, you know, speed and everything. But the problem is he hadn't dealt with my Cretan archers yet. So by bringing in those elephants before he had dealt with my Cretan archers, it was almost a guaranteed doom for him. Whereas if he would have, I didn't see them. And if he would have found some way to deal with my Cretan archers, like say for instance, charge me, or like bring his infantry up to keep my pikes' attention, and then, you know, come around, somehow get behind me, get at my archers. I don't know exactly how he could have done it, but if he would have done it, it would have been very dangerous for me to have those elephants around with no more skirmishers. But at this point, things are going pretty well. My thorax pikes cut down his hoplites over here. His cataphracts have not really found their mark here. They've gotten a couple of good charges, but just haven't been able to create the kills that he needed. And then my general was able to beast down a couple of units of his hoplites over here. Elite hoplites are a very dangerous unit. Good game to my opponent. I was glad to get to play with you. Glad you enjoy the videos. Again, he was very polite. A lot of you shower me with praises and stuff like that, which is completely unnecessary. I'm just a regular old guy, like Rome 2, like making videos for you. I'm extremely flattered that you all enjoy them, and trust me, like I said, that's the best thing I say is I'm flattered when you all you know, tell me that you enjoy it so much. But again, I'm just a normal guy. You guys don't have to throw any special praise my way. I think the viewers is really what makes this fun. The fact that all of you can come and watch my videos, we can have fun discussions about it, we can enjoy watching it. I think that's what's entertaining, and that takes you as well as me. So again, thanks to all of you who watch the videos. It's very much appreciated, and hope you enjoy the content. Like I said, so coming up soon, RDAI, I'm going to bring them back so you all can see them in this patch. And then also I'm going to bring, there's a few, you want to see Swaby again. I saw some of that because the Swaby match I had probably wasn't what a lot of you wanted to see. And then I had pikes, which I did right here. Tell me, and Pre-Marian Rome. If you have other stuff, so obviously I can't make the queue too terribly long, but so Pre-Marian Rome, RDAI, they're coming your way. Let me know what else you want to see from a multiplayer perspective. I'm up for whatever. And that's not a Bud Light commercial. So yeah, in case, sorry, I've seen too many of those stupid commercials recently. I'm the mayor, whatever. No, so anyway, I'm about to get sued by Anheuser-Busch probably. But in any case, tell me what you want to see from a multiplayer perspective, and I'll do my best to bring it to you. Now, obviously, I can't control what my opponent picks, but I can control what I pick. I haven't played a whole lot of Carthage yet either, so if you want to see some Carthage, let me know. But again, just kind of tell me what you're in the mood for, and I'll do my best to bring it to you. Still have no idea what's causing robot error on the results screen. There is no music on the results screen, and perhaps there's just something weird that happens when the music's off. I have no idea if that's what it is, so you'll just have to put up with Air of Skynet during the results screen for the time being. I don't guess it's really that big a deal. You can still hear me and then wonder whether or not I'm a robot sent from the future. Anyway, HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.